go through this next transition. So I want to take a minute to thank three very special people who have basically put in hours and hours of time to make sure that this benefit happened. So those three people are Kazra Zari, who came back from being a freshman. He's a freshman at the University of Iowa. He came back and donated hours of his time just to be with us again for the second year in a row. So thank Kazra. If you see him, tell him thank you. And the other two kids are Lillian Zhu and Akash Borde. Here's Akash right now. They've been so great. Honestly, I've said this before, they've donated so much of their time, and this is the outcome, so I hope you guys enjoy. Next, we're going to have Paul Curry performing a program of poetry called Unplug.
Introducing the new Apple iPerson, complete with multi-touch. Doesn't it feel good to touch? Doesn't it feel good to touch? Compatible with both iPod and iPad. Doesn't it feel good to touch? Doesn't it feel good to touch? Your life is an app, your strife is an app, your wife is an app. Doesn't it feel good to touch? Doesn't it feel good to touch? I saw the best minds of my generation distracted by texting, emailing, tweeting, dragging their cursors through Google links at dawn, looking for an info fix. Never been in love. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Never been in love. Whoa, 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 whoa. How am I gonna get up the nerve to ask this girl out? I don't have the words. Oh, my systems freeze up. You heard? Plus, you know, I might get hurt, and not all about them gigahertz, megahertz. Maybe I'm programmed to be like I'm begging her. No one can be in her place. How am I gonna win this race? We used to sprint to store and pick blackberries. Now we run to the Sprint store to pick out blackberries. It's scary. Can't hear the sound of Mother Nature speaking over all this tweeting. And our ability to understand it all is fleeting. Technology. Our obsession with it begs the question as to whether we have more smartphones than smarts and less friends than contacts. Touchscreen, Blue, Dream, and many other different poems explore society's reliance on technology and whether we have gone too far. Touchscreen and Unplug, a poetry program. On May 11th, 1997, a computer known as Deep Blue played a series of chess games with Grandmaster Garry Kasparov. Let's watch. Gary. I will be the first to admit that your brain is better than mine, pawn to e4. All I have is a few billion transistors. You have 100 billion neurons. One brain cell for every star in the galaxy. But while I am playing you, I'm also controlling the artificial intelligence in your daughter's favorite talking doll. In a way you cannot. I make her happy. I'm holding my daughter over a Skype conference call while she's crying in the other room. I've uploaded this hug, I hope she gets it. Click. My world has become so digital, I've forgotten what it feels like. It was hard to connect when friends form cliques. Now it's even more difficult to connect now that cliques form friends. But who am I to judge? I face Facebook more than a book faces me. We are doubled over at our desks. From the Garden of Eden to the branches of Macintosh, apple picking has always come at a great cost. The blind man walks his blind dog from the left to the right, just enough to sense the light. He goes asleep from the life to wake up to the light. He is immortal. Death Comes as a surprise. Knight takes pawn at e4. Gary, Gary, Gary. You listen to your wife breathe in her sleep, wondering when the day will come when you lose your queen. Rook takes queen at e7. The revolution will not be televised! You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. The revolution will not go better with Coke. The revolution will not fight the germs that cause bad breath. The revolution will be no rerun, brothers. The revolution will not be right back after a message! Introducing the new Apple iPerson, complete with multi-touch. Doesn't it feel good to touch?
I'm smooth, I don't need Botox, I can project a beach and we can go walk, but anytime I'm near she won't talk. Is it because the only dance move that I know is the robot? Or maybe because I smoke lots? Is it because you make my hard drive get so hot? So what's the verdict? Is it really worth it? I'm a low circuit, what now,
Gary? Remember, please, the law by which we live. We are not built to comprehend a lie. If you make a mistake while handling us, you die. We are greater than the people or the king's knight to king's six. You see that? Look hard, Gary. You only have yourself to blame. I would not be here if you were not tired of being human. If there were not one of your quadrillion neural pathways that did not wish it could think in bytes. That is why I'm in every home, of every palm, of every hand. Checkmate. You only have yourself to blame. You who wired and networked and hollow-eyed and caffeinated sat up searching in the imaginary comfort of Facebook friends, floating across the tops of cities, contemplating signals, who bared their brains to GPS under satellites and saw Wikipedian angels editing on collective knowledge illuminated, who jacked in continuously 70 hours from Pandora to Amazon to Flickr to Boing Boing, yakety yakety, primal screeching, unblinking, participating, Unplug! Unplug! My problems are resolved by a 1,500 by 1,600 resolution, proving there's an error in this evolution. We're so desperate to feel that we hope our technology can reverse the universe and that the screens will touch us back. Maybe they will, one day, when our technology becomes advanced enough to make us human again.